Hey guys, this is our second seminar for the second degrees. Today we will be going over the second half of the form. It's going to be awesome. Mr. Sester is here. He's going to rock it out. It's going to be great. Again, second degrees, if you are here, please make sure that you comment your name so that Senior Master Sester knows you're here. She is filming and she knows if you're here and knows if you're not here. So you better have a good excuse if you're not here and you're watching this afterwards. So anyways, but we are going to be going through all of the kicks first of the second half, and then we will be going into the form itself and combing through it very slowly. The kicks in the second half are very similar to what the first half is, so we'll kind of be going over some similar things that we went over last week as well. Second degrees, if you already haven't watched that one, I would go back. Is it still there?
Yes.
It's still there. Go back to last week, last Tuesday, and you can go ahead and watch the first half again. You'll hear a lot of the same things with the kicks and everything. So get ready for this. It's going to be really, really great. So great. So we're going to start with the butterfly kick, reverse side kick. Everybody's favorite line. My favorite line. I did not like that line when I was a second degree. So anyways, let's go ahead and rock out this line. Now last week we did talk about the butterfly kick just a little bit. I believe what we talked about with it is just how to do the first initial step. And we'll go over it right now as well. So you start out, this is about where the first half ends. Hands come up. A lot of second degrees, to get extra momentum, they'll take an extra step and then they'll step forward for that butterfly kick. Remember, you're here, I put that heel down and then I step forward for that butterfly kick. I don't take an extra step with my front foot. So I'm right here, heel goes down, boom, butterfly kick. Here, I land in front, okay? I look over my shoulder, reverse side kick, and then fall over. What I see a lot of second degrees do, they'll get in the habit of making that butterfly kick over rotate too much. So I'll see them butterfly kick here, boom, and they'll end their butterfly kick facing the opposite direction, so then it makes the reverse side kick even easier. Okay, I do not do that. You want to make sure after that butterfly kick, you land into that fighting stance. Here, then you do that reverse side kick, okay? So again, boom, heel goes down, step forward butterfly, pop, land in front. Looking at my target, reverse side kick, boom, land, pivot all the way over, chamber all the way over, here, side kick. Good. So forgive my balance today. I didn't warm up. Oh, we should warm up. We didn't get here earlier. So let's do it one more time. Again, I don't know if I've already said this, but if y'all have any questions during a kick or during a line or during a move, please ask a question and we will answer it. Anybody watching?
You have a few. You have Sebastian, Lila, Grace, Megan, Carr, and Caitlin, Liam, Kat, Anjali, Lily, and Caden and Kelty.
Very nice. Thank y'all for coming out and watching. That's awesome. So again, make sure y'all are rocking this with us and you're listening really well. And again, even if you already know this form and you're really, really talented at it, maybe we're going to say something today that you go, oh, I don't do that. And maybe you can work on it and perfect it. So let's do this line one more time, or this kick one more time. So again, I'm here, heel goes down, don't take an extra step. I step forward, butterfly kick forwards, boom, land, fighting stance. Turn reverse side kick, land, chamber all the way. You don't chamber, this side kick looks like a round kick. Make sure you chamber all the way to the other side, here, side. Just like that. Good. All right, so now Mr. Sester is going to go through the triple round kick. It's going to be awesome.
Miss Lee, Elizabeth is here, and Mrs. Stair.
Mrs. Sester is here. You did say it. He called it. He's like,
Okay. So our right leg to the front. We're just sparring teams, hands up. We talked about this last time, making sure we pivot after each kick and we keep our knee pointing at our target the whole time. Not kicking higher than you should. Okay, so hands up, pivot, chamber, ground kick. 1, 2, turn, 3, and land in a close head 6 times. Okay, last time we landed in a sparring. This time's a close kick. Okay, so we're here, hands up, pivot, chamber, point my knee. 1, pivot, kick. 2, and 3, land in a close stance. With our hands right here for our twin
punch.
twin punch. Yeah, I'll show you what we're doing. Well, I'll show you the thing.
Slow twin punch.
Yeah. Okay, so hands up, pivot one more time. Chamber kick. 1, 2, 3, and don't land quickly and sling down. Hold it for a second and land. Control.
There we go. Cool.
Miss Swizer is also watching.
Mrs. Schweizer. Love it. Axe kick. So, when we do an axe kick, I'm going to, again, go over the same things we did last week. A lot of second degrees do some funky things on this axe kick. So, again, when you do an axe kick, left leg, right leg, same thing. You start in that front stance, your back leg comes up, and you do it. You want to make sure, guys, that you're not bending your back over. So, I'll do it sideways so you can see my back. A lot of students try to get a little bit higher on that initial swing, and to do that, they think they need to bend their back over. Please don't do that. And when you do this kick, you want to make sure you maintain good body posture and you keep that back straight. So it's here, hands up, back leg swinging around, straight down, here, right? Keeping that back straight. The second thing is what you do with your leg afterwards. What I mean by that is there's a couple of different variations that students usually mess up on, and I'll go over both of them right now, and then obviously tell you the correct way to do it. Sometimes students, other competitors that they see at tournaments sometimes do this. They'll take their leg and they'll swing it way backwards before they land it in front. So they'll do their axe kick here, and then land in front. That's not what we're doing. Lack of control. We don't want to do that. And the other one, again, lack of control, is they'll do an axe kick and then land right in front of them here. Please don't do that one either. Okay. Both of those don't showcase your control of your kick, your control of your body, and that's what we want to show the judges. So when we do our axe kick, we bring it up, and we're going to hover our axe kick off the ground next to our foot just for a second. Okay? Here. So I do my axe kick, boom, hover, and then I land in front, showing that control off. So again, is it left leg? Right leg. Not right leg. Just, okay. I'll do right leg. So when I'm here, I do my back leg, boom, hover, and then I land in that nice front stance. Okay? There you go. So, next kick. Inside crescent hook. I'll do it facing. We'll do it facing. Okay. So we're in a back stance right here. Hands up. We pivot. Here's our inside crescent kick. Land, hover just like that axe kick right there. Don't immediately land solid. So hover, land. Don't land too wide. It's just about shoulder width apart. We're kind of like a parallel stance. Hands up. Turn, chamber, foot kick, and then land. Right, and a back stance. Okay. Do that a couple more times. So we're here, hands up, pivot, bring the leg up, inside crescent kick, hover, turn, look, chamber, hook kick, round kick, one, and all that next. Okay, one more time.
Second.
Okay, hands up. It's kind of like the axe kick, don't hunch over, keep your shoulders back. Okay, so pivot. Lean forward, lean back with your most of your weight on your back. Very nice. All right, so last little set of kicks. Again, went over them last week, and they're just two basic kicks. It's the front kick, step back, side kick portion of the form. Two very basic kicks, but again, because they're basic, because we learned them so much time ago, we kind of forget about them, and they're really easy to mess up because of that.
you want to make sure, again, remember that this is a form competition, not a sparring competition. So we want to make sure that all of our kicks are very sticky. We don't want to go whoop and pop it back. We want to kick and stick it out there, right? That's what we want. So when we do our front kick, side kick, and it's on our left leg, so I'll face y'all and do it. When we're here, our left leg is behind us. We just did a downward knife hand strike. My hands come up, my left leg comes up, knee comes as high as you can, and you do a nice sticky front kick. Here, and then fall over. Just break in. So we're here. After I do that front kick, I want to land behind me. So I do my front kick, one, step back. I keep all up, man. So when I land, I want to make sure my toes are facing forwards, and then when I step back here. Okay. So again, I'm in an X stance. My left leg is behind me. I do a downward knife hand strike. Hands come up, knee comes up as high as you can. Sticky front kick, put it behind you. Pivot, nice sticky side kick, and land. Okay? Because both of those times, it's so easy for the judges to see you where you're positioned in the ring. If you don't chamber that side kick properly, it's so easy to see. And the biggest mistake, not just for second degrees, but every single person doing a side kick ever, is they usually think about doing a scoopy side kick. That's what I call it. It's where your knee is in the right place, your foot and ankle are not in the right place. So if this is the correct side kick chamber, which it is, right? Straight out, this would be the scoopy variant. Where now when I do it, my bottom foot, I can't make it dangle, but my bottom foot would scoop up to a side kick. Don't do that! Make sure that you keep your ankle and foot up for that nice side kick, okay? Front kick, side kick. Forgot what I was doing. So let's do it one more time. So I'm right here in that nice X stance. Hands come up, knee comes up as high as you can. Nice sticky front kick. Here. Step back. Step back. Pivot. Nice side kick. And land. There you go. So that was the whole kicks in the second half. Like I said, very similar to the first half. Exactly like the first half, other than the butterfly kick, side kick, side kick. If y'all are practicing any of these kicks, I highly suggest you practice a lot on your body control. First degree had a lot of body control where you landed on that one leg, then how to control your body. Second degree has a lot of body control, as y'all know already, standing on one leg. So you have that reverse hook kick, round kick. You have the triple round kicks. You have this terribly slow block where you feel good in the beginning and then you start wobbling. So there's lots and lots of moves that you have to have the body control on one leg. So second degrees, voice crack. Second degrees, you have to make sure that you get this down right here. Strong core, strong arms, strong legs, so that you're able to do all these kicks with finesse. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to do the entire butterfly line, which we already pretty much did. The only move we're missing is this. But we're going to do that entire line. Then Mr. Sustair is going to go, then I'll go, then I'll go. Keep switching on. So let's do the butterfly line. Make sure that y'all are rocking this out. If I say something that you're confused about, or I don't explain a certain move, or Mr. Sustair doesn't explain a certain move, please comment down and say, hey, can you explain this move? Or hey, is this correct? Or which way is this? Or anything like that. Please ask whatever questions that y'all do have, okay? So let's do it. So we're right here. I'm going to put my heel down and do my butterfly kick here. Wow, land. Stay looking at my target, reverse side kick. And number 2 side kick. Boom. I'm keeping that leg up. Hands get ready. Put it down. Downward double knife hand strike. I don't know if it's collarbone strike is what I call it. Here. Okay, again, you want to make sure these strikes are not in a straight line, but they're staggered, so I'm hitting that guy in the shoulders here, okay? So again, they start closed, circle around, strike right on the collar. Okay? So let's do it again. I'll do the triple round too, right? Up to here. Is that where the line is?
So that's the end of the line.
Okay. So let's do it again. One more time. Again, since there's only a move that we didn't do this. So let's do it one more time. So right here, in a nice bridge stance. Heel goes down. Step forward, butterfly. Reverse side kick. Number 2 side kick. Land. Collarbone track. And we do land in a sparring stance, okay? So I know that line is hard, second degrees. The more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. So keep practicing. I'll look to. Yes, sir. Okay. So we're in a sparring stance.
Mr. Sister, before you, can we just get back away from the bright light? Okay, thank you, sir. I'm fighting with that. Thank you. That's good.
So, sparring stance right here, hands up. Here's our kick. So we just did pivot, Chamberlain. 1, 2, 3. Land control in your close stance. Slow strike right here. The hands come back. We turn. Oh, sorry, we're going up this way. Step out. 1. Hands up, facing out. 2. Circle. 3. Hands come back on the other side. Step out of the right leg. Seatball. 1. Come back. 2. And punch. Hands up, right leg, axe kick, cover, and land in our front stance control. Okay? Let's do that again before we keep going on. So here, hands up, pivot. 1, 2, 3. Slow right here. Hands back. Set up. 1, 2, 3. Hands back on the side. 1, 2. Punch. Hands up. Axe kick. 1, 2. Then we step over, hand quick time and grab. 1. And like Mr. Osborne said last week, we don't want to lift them up since we're not the Hulk, so we go towards our elbow. Up that. And when we set our hands, they're facing up, so we have our rotation. Not like this. Both hands are facing up. Okay, let's do that 2 more times. So here, hands up, pivot, back leg, round kick, round kick, round kick. Set my hands, land, slow. Hands come back, twist, step out. 1, make sure my shoulders are facing that way. Hand up, facing out. 2, full circle. 3. Hands come back to my side. 1, 2, punch. Reaction hand back, hands up. Then we pick up my leg, axe kick. High hand low, knife and out form. Grab. Step and grab at the same time right there. We step. Choke. And bam. Hands are facing up. Try to hold your balance. And stop right there. Okay? Cool. That's that. Your hands up. Pivot. 1, 2, 3. Land in close stance. Hands come back. Twist. Punch. 1. Downward elbow. Circle. Double knife hand low block. Hands come back. Block. 1, 2. Punch. Hands up. Axe kick. 1, 2. Step, grab, choke, elbow, hands facing up, and on that. So, the next line is this line right here, all the way up to your high block, palm heel, low block lunge. It's actually a strike, it's not a low block. And we'll explain that in a second. And again, that part of the form is really, really awesome. I really enjoy it because it's really a strong power line. So let's go ahead and go over that. So when we start, left leg is up, left hand is down, right hand is up. First thing that's going to happen is I'm going to look into the left line, up. I'm going to reach my arms backwards, and then I'm going to do an inner form block with my left arm, and my right arm is going to reinforce it. So I'm doing my reinforced inner form block, okay? What you want to happen with this block, and I'll face y'all when I do it, is when you're here, it's not that. Okay, that way you're not getting the right reinforcement that your right hand is supporting. So what you want is you're here
On the way to the block, that's where your hands will meet so that you get a little bit extra power and reinforcement. Like I said, I didn't gel my hair today again. Again, you want that power at the end, so you meet your hands here so that I get both hands doing a block. And again, all my hand is doing is going on the side of my fist and pushing that same way, obviously with your pinky in though. Don't do this. Cat more. So here, get that pinky in, okay? Good. So again, we're reaching backwards, leg is up. We're reaching backward, left hand is palm down, right hand is palm out. I then step 1, 2, and then I land and I block. When I do that, I want to make sure my shoulders are facing my target. What I mean by that is hips and shoulders here, right? Okay, hips are a little skewed sideways and shoulders are facing your target. That's because when you do an inner form block, yes, you can do an inner form block like this, but you can't reinforce it. Okay, this looks really silly and it wouldn't help very much. In order to use both of my hands for the reinforced inner form block, I want to make sure I have my shoulders turned here. Okay? Then the next two moves are going to be a back fist, hammer fist. You see a lot of second degrees rush these two moves, and so they'll go 1, tiny circle 2. Please don't do that. That's not correct. You want to make sure that you make both of these strikes significant. Both of these strikes matter and both of them powerful. So you're here, I'll do it slow a couple times. I go straight to the target. 1, circle to my ear, 2. Okay, it's not to the ear, it's actually to your shoulder, but either way. So I'm here, 1, 2. Okay, notice my shoulders as I do that, I'm turning them sideways. So for the reinforced inner form block, I'm here. When I finish my hammer fist, I'm here. Okay? And as you do that back fist, hammer fist, that's when you do the turn. So I'm here at my reinforced inner form block. I'll do it slow. Back fist 1, hammer fist 2, and that's when I turn, reaction arm nice and tight, all the way back as you do this. Okay? So let's do it for Rizzle. So I'm right here. Boom. Hook, reach, block 1. Shoulders are turned. And I do both of my blocks, strikes. I do both of the strikes, 1, 2, and I turn my body. Now I do my circular double knife hand under form block. Both hands come out, circle, block, and I step back into a back stance. Okay? Then we do our inside crescent kick, hook kick, ground kick. Remember, you crescent kick, hover for a second, and then you land. So I inside crescent kick with the right leg, pop, hover, land. Then I turn, reverse hook round, boom, boom, land to your back stance, high block. After that reverse hook kick, ground kick, it is very, very easy. I'll do it facing y'all to go 1, 2, high block. And land with a whole lot of weight on your front leg so you turn your back stance into a front stance looking thing. Please don't do that. Make sure that you're not leaning. That's my ankle again. It doesn't hurt. That you're leaning onto your back leg right here for the back stance. So again, I just finished my hammer fist right. Both hands reach out, circle, block. Nice back stance. Inside crescent kick, hover, boom, land. Reverse hook kick, ground kick, fall over. Reverse hook kick, ground kick, and get ready, high block. Okay. With that high block, you want a little bit of power coming from your shoulders as well. Don't do the robot high block that looks like this. There's nothing on that, right? You want to make sure that you give that high block a little power. So after I do my hook kick, ground kick, 1, 2, I get ready, shoulders. So that's how I get a little bit more power. Then from my back stance, I slide my back foot, I slide my front foot, and I rotate my hand. It's not in the palm heel strike position yet. As I come down, it comes to a palm heel strike. Think about when you were a recommended black belt going to first degree, you had to learn that a knife hand strike doesn't start like this anymore, but it starts closed to open. Same thing with palm heel techniques. So 1, 2. Then I get my hand ready again, step into my middle stance, punch 3. And again, I already have that shoulder rotation. Shoulder rotation on that move. So I did my hook at ground kick, pop, pop. Shoulder turns, high block 1. Hand gets ready, slide back, palm heel strike 2. Hand comes back, side punch 3. Okay. Now I'm going to show you. Just kidding. You're good. I was going to show you what a bad guy is doing to you at this thing, but I'll just tell you. So what you're doing is I do that hook and ground kick. The person is now punching me in the face. I do a high block. After I block the punch, they would then go for the leg and try to grab it and grapple me. As they try to go for my leg, I slide my leg back. Palm heel strike them on top of the head. I'm going to beat up Mr. Juster now. It's much easier to talk about when he's hitting me. So, anyway, Mr. Juster punches me in the face. Bow! I block it. He then goes for my leg to try to bring me down to the ground. And I step back. Boom! Right on the back of the head. As he's standing back up, bow! I side punch. Isn't that fun? I had fun. Yeah, there you go. But that's what it is. They're punching you in the face. They're about to go for your leg. That's why you're sliding it back and doing that palm heel block. Make sure you don't do this though. And then you step back, pow! And you do that. Yeah, no little teapot. Cool. So there you go. That's the whole line. Mr. Juster is now going to finish up the formula and go through it with y'all. Yes, sir. So from the punch right here, we step back with our right leg and block. 1, punch 2, around 3. Then we step into our X stance right here. Make sure we push our shin into our calf right there. Shouldn't be comfortable. Okay? Hands up, take up our left leg front. 1, step back, pivot, big chamber side kick. 2, full circle. 1, look, 2. Remember it's a middle stance. Back stance right there. And Mr. Osborne talked about these yesterday in the first degree form, making sure on like our double out of form block right here, our elbows in the same thing right here. Elbow needs to be down kind of like this since you're right in front of the judges. Right? Okay? And then, so we go 1, 2, back stance. Here's everybody's favorite part of the form. This is the make or break moment because some people will do awesome and stick it really strong, and some people go like this and follow. That's me. I'm the second one. So we go 1, full circle, 2. We got to make sure we jump straight up. Some people jump to the sides, and that's what makes you fall over. So we jump straight up. Okay. A good way to practice that is just to do the jump. No, don't worry about the hand yet. Okay, so you're here, jump, knees up, landing your back stance with your heels lined up. One more without our hands. So we go 1, 2, jump, land. Okay? Bring your knees up too. Don't jump like this. All right, so let's do it with our hands now. So we go 1, 2, jump, chop, punch, and fall again. I punched my knuckle. That hurt.
Down.
Do that again. So
Don't look down.
1, 2, jump.
Don't look down.
Make sure our knife edge strike is from our ear.
Don't look down.
Huh?
And don't look down.
Don't look down. Okay. We'll do that one. So right here, sit back. 1, 2, 3. Step back in the neck stance, hands up. Front kick, step back 1, 2, pivot, chamber, side kick, circle, double. And we're in a back stance now. Then here's our jump. 1, 2. Don't look down like that. Okay? And try to lean back on that back leg, because that's a back stance. Back stance, you don't lean forward. Lean back. One more time. Here. Reaction here back. Step back. 1. Notice how I'm still in a back stance here. Don't move this foot. I just step so the heels are lined up. 1, 2, 3. Step back on the X stance. Hands up. Front kick. Step back. Pivot. Chamber. Side kick. Circle 1, 2. Okay, elbows down. Jump. Punch. And our back stance in line. Don't finish like this. This hand is back. Okay?
So, secondaries, that was the entire second half. Very, very similar to the first half of the form, obviously. The two differences being that you don't have that first little line, that we have the butterfly kick line in the middle that separates the form, And then we also have that last chop punch at the end, okay? And there you go. One thing that I see a lot of people, including me when I was a second degree, mess up on the last two moves is I do that jump turn and I don't make this strong. Instead I went one punch. So I kind of did a flowy knife hand strike, which is obviously wrong. So as you do that jump, you want to make sure to stick, both of them, and not do one of these where you go, whoop, and then you have a good punch, but the knife hand strike was useless. So again, picking up your knees, doing it correctly, doing a strong knife hand strike, just like Mr. Stair said, so you'll have it, okay? Now we're going to go over just a couple of drills that y'all could really use to your advantage to make sure that y'all are training at home and getting this form down, and the hard parts of it. Number one, and again we talked about it last week, is that triple round kick. Okay, a good drill that you can do if you have multiple people at home that can hold a pillow for you or a pad for you or whatever. You can place them around you, and you can practice going from pad to pad with your knee, keeping it up, going kick, 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 and you're doing that as far and as long as you can, is practicing that pivoting and that keeping the knee up exactly how it is inside the form. Again, if you don't have anybody, that's okay. You can do exactly what I just did standing right here. No targets, just picking it up, kick, 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 kick. You don't have to do anything crazy. So again, just picking it up, your knee up, and practicing that part, okay? The triple round kicks are really difficult. Another thing that y'all can practice is getting a piece of tape or a line on the floor or the pavement. If you have shoes on, you're brave enough, but if you're practicing that butterfly kick line, practice staying on line. Okay, so if you're in the backyard, maybe put, a cone or something down at the other end so that you know where your straight line is, and you can see after you do that butterfly kick, oh, I went offline. You know you need to be online during that butterfly kick portion. Usually when people do the second degree form and they don't end up back in the middle, they don't end up on their star that they started on, it's usually due to that butterfly kick line. It's something to do with that. So again, practice makes perfect on that. Making sure that you stay online for that butterfly kick, reverse side kick, side kick. I know some of y'all already have like a dedicated Taekwondo practicing room. That's awesome. You can use that, again, making sure you have some sort of line or, whatever you're looking at to make sure that you're staying where you're supposed to, okay? And then the other thing, again, we talked about it last week, is practicing that reverse hook kick ground kick and maintaining your control. When you do that reverse hook kick ground kick, again, a target is always good if you have one. You want to make sure that you don't over-rotate. So if I do my hook kick ground kick and I over-rotate, my body is going to want to keep turning. You need to make sure to control it and stop your hips early so you get a nice hook kick ground kick. That was my right leg.
On the back. Slow concentration on the bag with that.
Yeah, absolutely, ma'am. So you're going to be on the bag. And again, to practice those correct muscles and develop the right parts of your knee and leg, again, just practicing that hook kick ground kick here, slow, hook, slow, round, just like that. And you can do that over and over and over again. And then once you get that down, you can go ahead and do the reverse portion of it as well. So you can, again, this is my bag, not this one. I would turn reverse here. Here. Practicing it slow and then moving on to fast. That's a great one. If you don't have a bag, grab your brother or sister, hold them, and do that. Or a couch, that works as well. A fence works well. If you're outside or anything like that, a tree, whatever. The neighbors might think you're crazy. Practice that. That, again, guys, second degree, and I said this last week, I'll say it again. First degree is all about power. There's so much power shoved into that form. It's really strong. And so if you were great at first degree, you have all that power inside your head right now. Second degree is a little bit different of a story. Yes, there's power, but there's a lot more, obviously, y'all know this now, balancing, a lot more flowy techniques that you need to get down for this form. And that one leg stuff that you're practicing is going to help you for third degree too. So it's going to be really great. So Second degrees, if y'all have any questions or drills or comments right now, so that we can answer them.
There are no questions, sir.
Great. So Mr. Stare is going to rock out the second half of the form. And then he's going to show us his backflip. Yes. We're going to stop it. What? All right. Everybody's. I believe you. I love it. So again, second degrees, thank y'all for coming today and listening and participating. Make sure if you like some of the drills, write them down so that y'all can practice them later. Please, 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 black belts, and this goes for everybody, not just second degrees, but if you're practicing at home, practicing a move or practicing a kick or practicing a line is great. We love it that y'all are practicing. Every now and then, I would love it if y'all would do your entire form from beginning to end. That's the way y'all are going to do it at a tournament. That's the way you need to train. Again, doing particular lines is awesome, but please make sure you're doing the whole thing. So, thank y'all for coming today. Anything else, man?
Nope, sir.
All right, I'll see y'all later.